Yeah. Yeah. Conversation and simple flipping. That's the movement. Hit the like, subscribe, check it. Yeah, for the next minutes of live TV, you stop with me. Got no limits, I'm that vivid, I'm just kidding.
What's up, kings and queens? We're back again, and we're going to give you a brief touch on what happened today and what happened yesterday. But yesterday, we're not going to go too much into it. We're just going to brief you on what happened today, because eventually Miramu Sipili ended his re-examination of Ntanzi, and then what happened was Mrs. stood up to object to the contents and the authenticity of the contents and the admissibility thereof, of the contents of the OB records that were read into record by Ininda, Mohola, Mkhanya, and all those police who read the OB records. Now, when Mrs. said Baloyi knew, they had an agreement with Baloyi that they are allowing those OB records to be read into record on the condition that those OB records, they all know between them that the contents are in dispute. The admissibility of the content, in fact, the authenticity of the contents are in dispute. Now, when he said they were angry, I was like, why is the defense still letting Baloyi trick them? Why is this still happening? Are they still letting Baloyi trick them and tell them, no, I'm going to do this? They knew Baloyi was still not going to do that. They knew Baloyi was not going to do that. He was going to trick them. Now, when he's supposed to put his point of view across, his point of view is like, they have to argue it. And then, why didn't they object? It's also on Ratha's note, like, why didn't they object? Now, Ratha is kind of pissed because Mnisi, his favorite baby, is now causing trouble in court. He's the most vocal officer of the court he has ever seen lately, because Mulis has been standing up objecting to stupid cross-examination of Sibanda. Now, let's look a little bit. Now, this dispute of the contents of the OB records, when Munisi is objecting, Ratha is saying he was there listening to Bininda, Mkhane, and all those police officers giving evidence, like reading those OB records into record. He was there. They didn't object. And he was not there when Munisi and Baloyi made an agreement. So you see what it's gonna do. When he get into agreement, already they will be having a handicap of these statements, these OB records that they let to be read into record, and they sat there without objecting. They already have a handicap there, because already you can see what Ratha is saying. You can hear what Ratha is saying. He's saying they sat there and didn't object. That means he's taking them as they admit already. Okay, this is fine. The OB records are fine. We tested them. We accept them. They already have a handicap. And Ratha is saying, you can't canvass and expect on a case that has already been closed by the defense and then by the state. By the state, what you can do is you can reopen the case, and then I will reconsider opening it. It's like another case. He comes up again. He does his own contradiction. He contradicts himself here at time. He says it's unprecedented. That type of process of reopening a case is unprecedented, but I can let you do it. And later on, he says it's common code. Like we do this all the time. We do this every day. Like you'll hear it. I'll just give you a clip on that, those two pieces together, so that you can hear. This is a contradiction.
May I wrap up, my lord?
Yeah, wrap up.
My lord, I've indicated that we were approached by the state with a view that we should admit the correctness of the contents of the OP entries. We said that we cannot do because we do not have instructions. But nonetheless, the state then proceeded to read the contents, the contents of the OP entries, which we have specifically indicated to the state that we do not admit to their correctness. As far as I'm concerned, Malot, and insofar as I am standing, it was then incumbent upon the state to have alerted the court that in as much as the defense is allowing the reading of the said OP entries into record, this then should not be understood to mean that the defense is acceding to the correctness of the contents thereof. That is the position that the state should have actually brought to the attention of the court, my lord, and not vice versa.
Yeah, you should have raised that when Gininda was reading the OB, you cross-examine him, you had all the opportunity to cross-examine him and say, Brigadier Gininda, who wrote those OBs? Like Sibande said, it's Rama what? The other one?
Mr. Mulifa and Mr. Ramashan.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
But the state already knew that, man.
Wait. Mr. Mulifa and Ramachala or whatever. When he wrote those OBs, were you there? That type of cross-examination. But you let the guy testify, you don't dispute anything. When the cases are closed, you want the case to start afresh. I'm prepared to reopen both the state case and the defense case, mero motu, after what you are saying. And then I can even recall all the guys like Gninda, who are the other guys who read the records, the OBs?
Sergeant Mohani.
And you can cross-examine them. And actually, if those guys are still alive, some of the scribes of those OBs, are they still alive?
Well, they should be, my lord.
If they're still alive, you can call them. You must come and testify there and say, it is I who wrote here.
I'm not so sure we should be calling them, my lord. Because then those should have been witnesses for the state.
OBs, don't use.
Excuse me, my lord.
The correctness. You say the correctness of the OBs were not accessible.
My lord, those witnesses should actually have been the witnesses for the state. And the reason why I'm emphasizing on this, my lord, is because the state already knew that position. It was therefore for the state to have that.
No, that's not procedure. What you discuss with the state doesn't concern me. I'm concerned with what happens in court here.
Yes.
I was seated here, Gininda reading the OB.
Yes.
You were all here. You didn't cross-examine him. You know the law. If you don't dispute that, there's a conclusive argument which can be made about whether you agree or not.
Yes.
Mokhole, who's the lady?
Mahula
also read the OBs.
Yes.
And even Mohanu read the OBs.
Yes.
And you guys didn't cross-examine on that. So what must I do?
Because, my lord, the
give
state,
me the authority,
when it did
Mr. Minister,
that,
no.
yes.
Just give me the authority. Fine.
In
Give me
respect
the
of
authority
which
and
aspect,
prepared to
man?
listen. Because I don't know of any procedure like that. Never.
In any event, my lord, I think the court was correct in saying that the court is prepared tomorrow to reopen the case.
Yes, because I'm a fair man.
So that this issue
very fair.
I can
That's
say
why the court can Meromoto open it.
This is the part he will soon contradict. Which is unprecedented part.
Yes.
Which is unprecedented in our law, by the way.
Yes, my lord.
It's unprecedented.
Yes.
I'm prepared to do it
Yes,
for
ma'am.
fairness.
As it
So
is
that
the
nobody
court,
must complain that, "Hi, mina ngikobele sake, hey, the judge, hey." Prepared. I'll make an addendum. What is your view, Mr.
As it is the
My Lord,
court.
we propose that the matter be adjourned. We'll address those issues. We'll have a chapter on public documents, the admissibility of public documents, section 234, the evidence of the witnesses, whether those documents have been proven. Hence, we were objecting against the process that Advocate Nisi is embarking upon. They should address that issue in their heads, my Lord.
Yeah, so what your view is
Yes.
they shouldn't
Yes.
reopen the state case. I mean, their
Yes.
cases.
Yes.
No, they can open it. Mr. Nisi, you can reopen your client's case. This court says you can. If there's something very critical you think it will
Yes.
affect your preparation and debate and submissions, you can reopen the defense case. And I'm even prepared to do it now so that Monday you come with whatever submissions you want based on after
Yes.
reopening the case.
Yes, because he's arguing the question of weight to be attached to certain documents, which is a matter of argument, my Lord.
Okay, you're at liberty to reopen your case on Monday, okay? And bring the authorities.
I'm not here on Monday, my lord.
Where are you now?
I'm somewhere else, my lord. I'm not available on Monday. But I would request somebody to come and stand in for me.
Mr. Masipidili, because this concerns your clients, Mr. Ramasipidi and Mr. Mgomezul, what are you saying?
I was caught off guard. Man.
Hello?
I was caught off
No,
guard.
no, you know the law, man.
Yes, but my
You
lord,
reopen the case. Okay, if the case is closed, you can't address the court
may I just
on the procedural aspects which you just let go. You apply to reopen the case, and if the application has merit, the court grants it.
Now it has changed. It happens every day.
It happens every day. Even in the Supreme Court, counsel can argue that Mokhotleng, when he was representing Mr. Sebande, did not do it properly because, for instance, there is this case which says this and this and this. He didn't canvass it. So this gentleman who I'm now representing did not have a fair representative chance because Mokhotleng Kennedy doesn't know the law. Then the SEA reopens the case for you to argue that exigence. I'm prepared to do it.
I don't know why he does that. Like it's just that sometimes. I don't know why. Now DC decided to abandon his application of reopening the case so that he can revisit those aspects that they left pass by without objecting. Now after that, they decided on the court on the arguments, on the date of the arguments, which is going to be the 14th of March. So until then, I'll be going back to some of these days of the court case of this mayor trial. I'll be going back to try to see what I can come up with. If I can find any contradiction, if I can find Sibanda lying, whatever, I'll try to look at that. Until then, peace. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, also share, comment, tell us your view, what you think about that. What do you think about what we said in this video, or also any idea you want to put across to us. And then also hit the notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. Peace.